Hi, I'd like to give you a warm up for your toes, your ankles, and also for your wrists, as it's important to look after the smaller joints of our body. So let's start with our toes and our ankles. So let's start by placing the weight onto the left foot and just come up onto your toes and just roll over your toes to the front and roll over the toes to the back, rolling over and back, over and back. Okay, you can stay at this for as long as you want to, if it feels good. Okay, and then go over to the other side, so weight onto the right leg, come up onto your toes, roll to the front, roll to the back, roll to the front, and roll to the back. Okay, that's a nice, simple, easy way to warm up the toes and just to loosen through them. Okay, we balance a lot with our toes, as you know, so it's important to keep them flexible as well. Let's move on to our ankles. You can come up onto your toes, so weight onto the left, come up onto the right toes, and you can just make big circles through the toes into your ankles as well. Okay, so it's a nice rotational movement for the toes, and then we're working into our ankles. Okay, and then another way to do your ankles is just to make big circles with your toes. Okay, and then go back the other way. Lovely. Okay, and then the other side as well. So you can just do the rotational movement through the toes, which is helping to work into the ankles. And then go back the other way. Again, stay with each exercise for as long as you'd like it. And then we can do the one with balance now. If it's too much to balance, you can always hold on. So big circles with the toes, taking your time. Sometimes, you know, it's hard to do this if your ankle is quite caught. So sometimes even going up and down, work side to side, give a little wave with your foot, or then just take it slowly, big circles, nice and slowly with the ankles. Okay. Let's move down then to the ground. Okay, so come down to kneeling. If you've any problems with your knees, you can fold up the mat like this, or you can put a cushion underneath your knees. So come on to all fours. So here we're going to make it a little bit more challenging for the toes. Okay, so I want you to lift the knees off. Okay, just let them hover above the mat. Good. See how that feels? So I'm going to push up into the shoulder blades, engage the core. So a little bit of core movement and core stability going on with this as well. Okay, and then drop down to the knees. Lovely. Let's just do it one side. So lifting the knees off on the right hand side and then just rolling over the right toes like we did when we were standing up. Okay, just hovering. So again, you're keeping your hips as square as you can, the core engaged, the arms strong, chin tucked in, and rolling over and back. Let's do it the other side, lifting the left leg up. Okay, I'm going to turn around to the other side so that you can see this. So lifting the knee up and then rolling over the left toes. Again, core is strong, nice tabletop position with the arms and the knee and the back. Good. Rolling over and back. Lovely. Okay, now we want to just make it a little bit more challenging. So you're tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off, and here you're going to do individual sides. Okay, rolling over the toes and back, rolling over the toes and back. Again, a lot more for the upper body, a lot more for the core. So just go to your level. If you need to drop down with one knee, please do. Okay, and then you can come down, and an extra progression on that is lifting the knees up, hover there, and then do both feet and both toes together, rolling forward and back. Again, a lot for the toes, a lot for the core, a lot for the upper body. But this is something you might like to progress to. Okay, and coming down. Fabulous. Okay, another nice way to stretch out the feet and the toes is just to sit, when you're kneeling down, to sit back onto your heels with the toes tucked under. Okay, so a lot of us, we tend to do this. If we have flexibility in our ankles, sometimes that's hard to do as well. So you can just practice doing that to stretch out the front of the ankles and the front of the feet. Otherwise, a little bit extra challenge is to sit back on the heels, tuck the toes under. You can do this watching TV, even just so you do it for 10 to 20 seconds to start off with, or just when you're down on the floor doing anything, you just try and do that for 10, 20, 30 seconds each day, and you'll feel the progress. Okay, now to move on to our wrists. Okay, so let's come again. we'll come back into sitting as we were doing there. So you can either keep the toes tucked under or flatten out the feet. Okay, or you can come up onto your knees. Again, if it's too much on your knees, you fold up your mat or put a cushion underneath your knees. Okay, so you can interlock the fingers and then just do rotations with the wrists and then back again. Okay, back the other way. Again, I'm just going to sit back doing this. Keep the spine long. Lovely. You can just shake out the wrists, another nice way to loosen out the wrists. Good. You can do hand flicks, so ball the hands up together and flick them out. Flick the fingers out, ball up the fist, flick the fingers out. Okay, yeah, looking after all the muscles of our hands nicely. Okay, then if you want a little bit more for the wrists, you come onto your hands and knees. Okay, and let's just do round the clock with your hands. So you're bringing your fingers out to the side, back around until the fingertips are pointing towards your knees, okay? And here you can just rock slowly forward and back, okay, nice and gently. One wrist might be tighter than the other, but just nice and gently rocking forward and back, and then bring the fingertips around again until the fingertips are pointing each other. So your shoulders are rotating in towards each other, spreading the fingers wide, and here, stir the pot with your shoulders. Okay, again, a little bit more of a rotational movement for the wrists. Good, and then back again. Lovely. Okay, and then bring the hands back to the front, and then you can shake out the wrists there. And let's do one where we're standing. So I'm just going to straighten out my mat again, remove the cushions if you need to, and then just lifting the knees off, walking the feet towards the hands. And let's stay in forward bend here, okay? So bellies to thigh, feet hip width apart, and here you can plant the hands down and then alternate and turn towards the camera this time. So you can just alternatively just put the hands onto the back of the hands, onto the palm. Back of the hands, onto the palm, yeah. Another nice way of doing it. If you're in forward fold, it's also stretching the back of your legs, stretching your back, as well as your wrists. Being efficient with it all. And then finally we can try and put the hands, the palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet, okay? So put them right under. And here you can give your hands a bit of massage, rocking forward and back, pushing down into the wrists as you do so, and then coming back, pushing into the fingers, down into the wrists, into the fingers, down into the wrists, into the fingers. Okay, there you go. Shake out the wrists, tuck the chin in, tuck the tail under, rolling up to standing. So there's a few options for your fingers, your hands, your wrists, for your toes and your ankles and your feet. Look after them. You know, we need all the small muscles and the joints as well as the bigger ones. Thank you for watching.